Hey, what is up guys? It's Arodiad here. Welcome to another Pokemon discussion series video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the difficulty in Pokemon games and has it gotten too easy. But I'm not alone in this video. I'm actually joined by my mate.
Chris, you were the one that was just like my mate, and then you don't say anything, and I'm like, hey. Wait, did he have a brain fart? Did he have a brain fart?
I was trying to like introduce you, and I was expecting like my mate, and you're like Storm Chris. But well, it didn't work out. But pretty much, I'm here with my mate Chris, and we're gonna talk about the difficulty, as I did say, in Pokemon games, because it's gotten really easy as of late, especially since like X and Y. It's been crazy easy. But what do you reckon about it?
I absolutely agree with you, Nick. Like it has gotten. I hate using this word, but it has gotten disgustingly easy. How I understand, like they want to because not all these kids have like Pokemon. Like they made it like easier to get to the metagame, but they made the metagame harder. But like you understand, but like the whole point of Pokemon is not the metagame; it's the journey that you have, and the journey is really easy. So I've played like. I've played all Pokemon games except for Gen 5, and I've gotten my ass kicked, I've lost, but I pushed
Gen
through.
5,
like,
by the way, is pretty hard as well. I'm just gonna say so.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. But for me, Gen 2 was the hardest gen, and that gen did not hold your hand at all. Like the original Generation 2 did not hold your hand at all. And a perfect example of that would be when you get to Mount Silver, or better yet, when you get to the second half of the game, where your Pokemon are only like the level of the gym leaders of Johto, and you gotta fight Kanto, and you gotta grind in Kanto so you can reach their level. But nobody told you that, so you're in this new setting like, oh, I'm gonna beat people up, and then you get your shit rocked, and then you don't know what happened.
Man, I completely agree. Like, I remember I was like hyped up for X and Y. Like, I was following all the news, like when a new Pokemon was released, everything like that. And then when I started playing, I heard about the experience all. Like, you know how we're now that like your whole party gets experience instead of the only Pokemon holding it. So that was like, okay, maybe we'll make it easier, but you can turn it off, so it's not too bad. But like all the trainers had like 1 or 2 Pokemon max, and like the Elite Four had like 4 Pokemon between them, and the only person that you pretty much verse with 6 Pokemon is the champion. That's probably why they're the champion, because they're the only trainer in the region with 6 Pokemon. But it's really annoying because like I know it's made for like newer Pokemon fans. Like it's supposed to bring in newer fans like that haven't really played before, so you ease them in and everything. But like all I wanted to know, because they could have done something like with Black and White, or I think it was Black 2 White 2, whatever. They had like a difficulty key system where you could select like easy, medium, or hard. And like I reckon that'd be better for like newer kids that are joining. It's like, oh, I'll play easy, learn how to do it, and make that the easy difficulty, and then like keep the normal difficulty as like usual, and then hard is like extra hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like to build upon that, like maybe Game Freak or Nintendo, like in the beginning, like they could be like, have you gone on a Pokemon journey before?
Yeah.
And then if you click yes, it's like, oh, then you know we're gonna like accommodate the world to like your liking.
Exactly.
Or and if you say no, then they're like, oh, then we'll give you we'll give you this and that, so you can like better yourself, ease into the game. Because I was playing Oras, or more or less Alpha Sapphire, and I never get mad at games to the point where I put it down, but I gotten disgusted with the game, and trust me guys, I love Oras. Chris loves Oras. Gen 3 is my favorite generation. Hoenn is my home, but like I was really excited to go back to Hoenn in Oras, and every single time I went to a new route or a certain area, May would appear and heal my Pokemon for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of hand-holding in that game.
And I was just like, why? Come on! I just bought a whole bunch of potions. I'm ready. If I knew you were here, I wouldn't have bought jack shit.
Yeah. No, like, there's also, like, the times where it's like, oh, instead of, like, going to Dooford by yourself or something, like, oh, yeah, why don't we just teleport you there because that's the next point in the story. And it's just, like, you're taking away that adventure that you used to have with Pokemon, like, where you have to find what you're going to do next. You got to pay attention. You go, okay, I've got to go check out Dooford, Moss Deep, whatever, find everything out. And then if the game's pretty much going, okay, go here, you get there, it's like, all right, now let's go to this spot and we'll teleport you there. It's like, it's kind of like the game's playing itself in a way.
I 100% agree with you. It's just, it's absolutely like, we understand, like, that it's for, like, easing people into it. And then once you beat the game, you're given, like, a whole bunch of stuff to, like, get to the metagame, you know, competitive breeding and all this stuff, you know, where the real Pokemon battle is.
Yeah.
But I've been 100%, like, I'm not into competitive battling. Like, I've tried it once, I got rocked, and I'm like, alright, this is not for me. But it's, like, the journey, it's all about that, and the fact that they're hand-holding, like, there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, give us the option to turn it off. Like, I've been trying out, like, games, like, a whole bunch of games. Like, I've played Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and in the very beginning of the game, when you're about to choose your character, the game says, you know, this game features new stuff. Have you played this before? Do you want to skip the tutorial? And you say yes, and then you skip the tutorial, and that's it. Nothing like happens. Like, the game doesn't penalize you for it. You just jump in, knowing what you have to do. No hand-holding, no yada 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 yada, blah blah blah. But if you say yes, like, help me with the game will help you.
That's how it should be.
And thanks for agreeing with me. Like, if the game tells you, like, I feel like they shouldn't, like, we should at least be given the choice, like, you know, to choose whether or not we want to have our handheld or not, because it really turns off the gaming experience for me, because I believe it turns it off. I put down Oras because of that. I can't even look at Oras without, huh?
Like, the Skype call kept cutting out and coming back. So, for the past, like, 20 seconds, I didn't hear you. Do you want to repeat it?
I just can't, they have to give us the option to, you know, hold our hand, like, give us the option to, you know, hold our hand or not hold our hands, because it really turns off the gaming experience. Because, like, if a game, like, if I was disgusted, like, I put down Oras, I can't play it anymore.
Yeah.
I literally cannot play Oras because, you know, every 2 routes, May comes up and she's like, hey Chris, let's go to Pseudopolis, and, you know, she's like, I'll take you there, and I'm just like, May, please.
How can you afford it? You're like 12. But...
Exactly, like, May, I bought all my money in potions. Where are you buying your money?
Exactly.
On flying? Like, jeez. And then the addition of the Eon Flute, like, that, I personally think that should have been something that we get at the end of the game as a reward for beating the Pokemon League, that we can fly around Hoenn and enjoy ourselves. The moment I got my Eon Flute, the first thing I did was I put my flying Pokemon in the goddamn box. I did not need it anymore.
Yeah, because it takes away that, like, because you always used to reserve a spot for your flying type, because I know Fly's not like a mandatory HM, but it's so goddamn useful that you end up using it, like, all the time. So you always had that one flying type or a Pokemon that could learn Fly, but with the Eon Flute, it just takes it away. And one other thing that used to, like, that one thing at the most that annoys me about Oras, jeez, I juggled with my words there like crazy. When they went with the Ruby and Sapphire teams instead of the Emerald, like, teams, like, the gym leaders didn't have their improved, like, Pokemon, and, like, I know in Emerald, like, you had Juan as the last gym leader and blah blah blah, but how Emerald did it was they got Ruby and Sapphire, they took the complaints like, oh, this is too easy, oh, this is too hard, and they fixed it, and that's why Emerald's, like, a great game. Like, it's very balanced, it's not even unfair in the slightest. And then when you play Oras, they go back to the Ruby and Sapphire teams, and just because it's a remake of those, I don't see why you couldn't have carried over, like, the really good changes that they made. But that's just me. I don't know if, like, other players liked it with the Ruby and Sapphire because it's a complete remake, but that's my opinion on it.
No, I agree with you. Like Emerald was, we took, like, what was good about Ruby and Sapphire, we improved upon it, and then we took what was bad about Ruby and Sapphire and we fixed it, and that's why Emerald is like a game that's loved by a lot of people. Like I wouldn't say that it's like the most loved Pokemon game, but
it's right
Emerald
up there.
It's really up there. Like everyone, like, you know, you ask someone like, oh, what did you play? Oh, you know, I played Red, Blue, I played Gold, I played Emerald, and like I've seen like Emerald's one of the biggest like played Pokemon games on YouTube, and there's a reason why, because it's good, it's amazing.
That's how I.
It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't do anything.
No, it's good.
And
they got a good balance with it. Like a lot of like everything was just really well done in that. And I know ORS has like the new graphics, everything like that, because the graphics look amazing, things like that. But you can't really like graphics aren't everything. Like you got to have a solid gameplay, and the game's good. I like it. It's like one of the better Pokemon games out there. But if it was just that little bit harder and like a bit less hand holding, it would be perfect.
I 100% agree with you. It's just when no one. I'm not saying Oros is a bad game. It's just like I'm a big grown man. I do my taxes. I eat meat for breakfast. I don't want hand holding in my video games.
Yeah, I get you. But I'm pretty sure that we've beaten this horse to death. Do you want to say anything else about the topic?
Hopefully in Gen 7, you know, Nintendo will, you know, get enough complaints and all that from people saying that, you know, X and Y and Oros is too easy, and they'll change up the style a little bit, you know, make it a little bit harder and stuff like that. But I highly doubt it, since, you know, these games are such big hits.
Yeah.
They'll probably just improve on the meta game and all that. But even though the hand holding in Pokemon games has gotten kind of annoying and it's like ruined the experience, we still love Pokemon for what it is.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's amazing. I mean, I wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for Pokemon.
Exactly. And Pokemon has brought people together. Pokemon has gotten me into gaming. And Pokemon has not only been part of our lives, but part of like a lot of thousands, millions of people's lives. And the adventure is what brings us together as Pokemon trainers. And, you know, it's a fun adventure whether we have hand holding or not. Like, I'm into Pokemon for the adventure.
And like a lot of people are into Pokemon. Like recently I was rewatching like the JonTron videos about the Pokemon bootleg ones, and he made the point where Pokemon is one of the franchises that like bridges like the generation gap. And it's like you step back and think like, how many franchises do that? It's like there's got to be something special about it if it can do that. And I don't know, it's like it's still special, it's going to be great, it's always great, but I feel like they should, you know, cater to those people that have been around for so long instead of just the new people trying to get into it. But that's just me. Yeah, pretty much that's it. You want to say anything else, or are we all good?
You know, you guys, as always, feel free to put your, you know, your own opinions in the comments, your own, you know, arguments, your counter arguments, your agreements, your disagreements. You know, those are always fun to read.
Yeah, it's great because we don't do like this series just to like give our opinion. That's it. I like to hear like your opinions, and we like just talk about it. We have a conversation in the comments. I'll reply, everything like that. We'll just talk about it because you guys might feel differently. You guys might feel like the difficulty is perfect the way it is, and we're just, I don't know, just trying to talk about.
We're just old.
Gen 1 is.
We're just old people enjoying our old games.
Back in the day, we couldn't reuse TMs, and but pretty much that was the discussion video. If you haven't checked out Chris's channel, there will be a link to his Twitter and his channel in the description. He does a lot of machinimas and everything like that, and I've actually been in the last one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you want to endorse your channel, Chris?
You know, I'm a gamer, and I'm an entertainer, and I'm just a dude. And, you know, come to my channel if you guys want to enjoy, you know, jokes, machinima skits, and like that. Arodiad's in one of them. Holy shit, I'm so sorry. Nick's in one of them. And we have a blast, you know. I aim to entertain, and I hope I was able to do that for you guys right now. Thanks, Nick, for having me here on your little Pokemon discussion, and I'll gladly be in the next one if you ever want me to.
Yeah, no worries, man. It was awesome. I mean, this video went on for about 15 minutes, and I probably wouldn't have been able to drag it on for more than like 3 minutes by myself. But no, it was great. But yeah, like Chris did say, feel free to leave comments on this video on your viewpoint. Make sure you smash the like button. Go check out Chris if you haven't. And yeah, don't really have much else to say. This has been Arodiad. Oh, we did it again. We'll never learn.
If you had a face cam and you did like a pointing at me, I'd do it.
Yeah, but then I'd just be like that weird guy that's just like pointing. Just like, what are you pointing at, dude? Alright, we'll try it again. Alright, don't really have much else to say. This has been Arodiad.
And Storm Chris.
We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Bye, guys.